Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to the Tirumantiram Satsang. Let us pray to Shri Guru Babaji, Shri Am, Tirumula, to shower their grace on us to understand this holy verse and practice it and progress. Let us invoke their grace. Let us stop. 564. We'll go through the 564 and 565.
564 we finished. We should start.
Okay.
565.
Okay. 564 is pranayama we started. I gave a brief introduction about what is prana. You want to elaborate further, please tell me. First 564 is ஐவர்க்கு நாயகன், அவ்வூர் தலைமகன், உய்யக் கொண்டு ஏறும் குதிரை மற்று ஒன்று உண்டு, மெய்யர்க்கு பற்று கொடுக்கும் கொடாது போய் பொய்யரை துள்ளி விழுந்திடும் தானே. ஐவர்க்கு நாயகன், he is the ruler of the five senses, he is the master of the five senses. Who is this breath? Once you know how to control your breath, how to regulate your breath, you can master the senses. That is the horse. With that horse, the master rides. With this heart will allow, who it will allow? Those who follow this path sincerely. If you have sincerity in this path, this is what is needed is your sincerity, your earnestness, and your aspiration. If it is there, help will come. Definitely help will come. With my little experience, I can tell you that help will definitely come. So, but it will push away person who is not sincere. If just for fun's sake, if you do that for one day and then it will go, it will push away. So, when you know how to ride this horse, that will take you to the kingdom of heaven. That is 564. 565. ஆரியன் நல்லன் குதிரை இரண்டு உள. There are two horses. வீசிப் பிடிக்கும் விறகு அறிவார் இல்லை. கூறிய நாதன் குருவின் அருள் பெற்றால் வாரி பிடிக்க வசப்படும் தானே. கூறிய நாதன் குருவின் அருள் பெற்றால், if you have the grace of Guru, what it will, there are two horses, the Ida and the Pingala, the left and right nostril, the breath. That is, if you imagine if you see those videos, Guruji would have explained in Chakradharana also, he has explained it. This, if you ask me, the physically, is it visible? No, only by experience you will know there are nadis. That comes with, when you practice it, with experience, you know. But there are some nadis running in your body. You can feel the heat, feel the nerve current. So there is a left and right current. If you know how to write Aryan Nallan, he has two horses. If he knows how to hold the reins, how to hold it, he'll be able to ride the horse. How it will come? It will come with the grace of Guru. That is, if he கூறிய நாதன் குருவின் அருள் பெற்றார், whatever the Guru says, Guru mantra we say, install him in your heart and listen to his verses, listen to his advice. How he says that, if you do it implicitly, invoke him, with his grace, you'll be able to progress in this path. That is 565. Then only you will know because there are layers and layers of this mind which comes up, and you feel that now I have crossed this, then another layer will come, all the hidden layers will come, then only he'll be reflected here. களி 566. புள்ளினும் மிக்க புரவியை மேற்கொண்டால் கள் உண்ண வேண்டாம். If you know how to write this, pull means bird. It flies like a bird. That this horse, puravi means horse. This puravi speed is compared to a bird speed. If you know how to ride it, kal unna vendam. No need for wine because this is so intoxicating. Thane kalitarum. It will give that joy. That you don't need anything external. Tulli nadapikkum. It will make you gallop like the horse, ride majestically like the, because you have all these days we were craving for these little petty things. Now you have a great treasure within you. Then how you will feel? You will feel full. Will be your gait will be majestic. சோம்பு தவிர்ப்பிக்கும். It will remove all the laziness. உள்ளது சொன்னோம் உணர்வுடையோர்க்கே. Say, this is the fact. I am telling, this is the fact. Those who want to listen, who have that understanding, this is the truth, says Tirumula. So, when you, even with little practice, you know that gradually, those who are in this path, those who are for doing this kriya and all that, even with little few years of practice, you know that your outlook has changed. What were so important so many years back, gradually all those things will fall away. And you will experience that calmness in you, that calm, seri, without any agitation. Because every day, every second, there is agitation in our hearts. That only robs our energy, that robs our peace, and robs our decisions also. When the mind is calm, centered, from that center, if you act, if you speak, that has tremendous effect. Instead of lecturing for 1 hour, if you calm yourself, you're in your absolute calm mind, if you say a little word, that will be very, very effective. In this connection, I want to tell you a story, real life experience that happened in Aurobindo's, one of the books I have read. I always remember that. Aurobindo, you know that he was a great master. And there was, when that Pondicherry mother came from France, and when he declared that she will be his disciple, chief disciple, and mother will be responsible for everything. He knows better. But these people, they were very jealous of mother. They didn't like her coming and taking control of the organization. Then they have to listen to mother and all that things. Many people, there was so much agitation. So they were, one day they all decided, they all gathered outside that Aurobindo's room, outside that ashram in that courtyard, and they were all shouting at mother. She should get out of this ashram. We don't want her. She's doing this, that. All those things were there. Aurobindo was in his room. And see, you have a master, even then you sometimes, we are caught up in our minds, and we are not thinking about the great powerful master who is with us, and we fight amongst ourselves. Then Aurobindo just came out and stood. He didn't say anything, just stood. So because he's full of that calm and serene, that energy, that strong energy, immediately all the mind stopped. Other mind stopped. He just said, who is shouting at mother? She'll be here. That's all. Few words only he uttered. Immediately the crowd dispersed, everything. There was absolute order next second. he could bring that order with his spiritual energy. Such energy we too can do that. While interacting with people, it helps in everything. You're absolutely calm. When you have that calm and collected energy, it's like a laser energy. Immediately it enters. ரஜினிகாந்த் மூவி யூஸ்னா ஒரு தடவை சொன்னா 100 தடவை சொன்ன மாதிரி. It reverberates. Such is the power. When you follow the discipline, controlling of senses, controlling of unnecessary talks, unnecessary words, unnecessary arguments, unwanted hearing, all those things thought, when the mind is calm and collected, when you utter a word, it will reverberate. Such is the power of this. So much power we have, so much potential we have. Why we, when Guruji comes and says one thing from our experience, when he comes and says, he cracks jokes to make us. No, otherwise he'll be looking at him as a spectacle, like an animal in a cage. We look at him like that only because we are not able to fathom that in him. So he simply cracks jokes to make us easy and comfortable. In his immense grace, immense compassion, he does that. But when he utters, even when he reads Bhagavatam, when he reads Ramayanam and all that, that he is radiating that energy. That is why it calms our mind. How was the Bhagavatam experience in Brindavan, Kanapriya? No? Totally, he brought us to the period of Krishna because he lives, he breathes, he is that. That energy is he is radiating through his words, in between words, that space. There is silence in between. Into one word and one word, there is a gap. That breath, everything is so beautiful. That energy is that we are absorbing, that if we are open, we can absorb that energy. Instead of frittering away that in unwanted conversations, if you gather that energy, every satsang, every meeting, every listening, we will be benefiting. So that's how when we go to all the masters, great mahans, first instead of our mind will be analyzing, it is used to that. So when you gradually, when you apply that and bring it to that calm state, and if you in that centeredness, if you interact with your people in day-to-day family life itself, it will have tremendous effect. So for that, we should have a disciplined life. All this Ashtanga yoga, all these steps are meant for that calm and collected energy. Okay. 567. பிராணன் மனத்தொடும் பேராது அடங்கி பிராணன் இருக்கில் பிறப்பு இறப்பு இல்லை. பிராணன் மடைமாறி பேச்சு அறிவித்து பிராணன் நடைபெயரு பெற்று உண்டீரே. பிராணன் மனத்தொடும் பேராது adangi. When the prana merges with the mind, then there is no birth and death. That's what he says this. What happens when the mind runs, wherever the mind goes, the prana also goes. For unwanted conversation and all that, prana is the life force. Prana is the life energy. When the prana is in its full capacity to then you have tremendous power. Like when I read this, only our Prime Minister comes to my mind. Why he's so different? Why he has so much ojas? Whatever he he captures wherever he goes. He's always at ease. We have sir also has written about him in whatever conversation with all the dignitaries, with all the common people, wherever he is always calm and collected. Have you noticed that? Observe that next time. And so much energy he has. He works tirelessly for so how where from he gets is not from the food. His way of life is a yogic way of life. So when you can do this, you can do greatest seva, great work you can do. You can help others. Even this, whatever seva we are doing, if you develop this, and if you automatically it flows, you will have tremendous energy. What we should do is we should not deplete our prana, fritter away the energy by doing this. That is why the do's and don'ts, yama and yamas are given only to uh, realize our full potential, realize our full capacity. So when the prana merges with the mind, then there is no birth. So about prana, I think I explained. No, that is, it is that energy which makes the lungs move so that the lungs draw in the air. It is there in all of us. So to this regulating the breath, regulate this discipline, what it does, it augments the prana. The prana, when the prana is nice, you say on even while eating food also, where how we cook, that also important. When with a clean mind, pure mind, with prayer, and when we realize why we are cooking, what the food does to us, the food, the ahara we consume, that becomes part of us. So the thoughts which go while cooking the food and while feeding it, while offering it to the divine, while feeding it to everyone, if you have that thought, the thoughts go inside that food. Through that food, it enters. So when you have a higher thoughts, when you listen to some good bhajans and you sing or chant, and with all the thoughts are divine, that becomes prasada. That itself becomes prasada. When it is offered to the divine, it adds more energy. Actually, you can see it if you. I have studied it with a pendulum. I got it's a crystal pendulum. It is charged there. So when you we have stale food, then how the energy is. When the food is cooked pure, with all the good thoughts, noble thoughts, higher thoughts, how the foods, the energy of the food is tremendous. It will be whirling. That have you seen a crystal pendulum? It will tie to a round ball like thing, a glass crystal ball, tied to a tied with a rope, a small thread, and you hold the thread. It will be clear that. Then it start will rotate in clockwise. If the energy is more, it will rotate. So to demonstrate to my children and other some relatives who are into this path, I told them how to cook a food, how to feed. Every time, pay attention to your thoughts. What sort of thoughts I am having? Angry thoughts? Why? Calm. Bring it back to the breath. Again and again and again, while cooking, while making chapatis, every time uh, for our sisters, three of us, we always practice that. While making chapati, where my mind goes. One time it will be here, and next moment it will go to America. Oh, he did this, he did that. Again, bring it back. Bring it back. When you do that, that energy is tremendous. And that food goes to people who eat our family. What sort of energy they will get, no? So, how you feed. These are all the steps to um, augment, increase our prana. Unwanted thoughts, cut down. Unwanted conversations. And what we consume through our five senses. For me, sometimes I couldn't do much. Some physical work, whatever is needed, I do. Sometimes I read. Sometimes my mind doesn't go even to read this books or videos and all that. So I'll be just browsing my this thing phone, looking at my phone, watching some YouTube. Some good stuff will be there. Some others. Sometimes it will drag you. Watch this. It will drag you. And after some few minutes, you realize, oh, what is this? Why such thoughts are okay? Shut up. Then I close it. This like that. We have to practice everything. What we feed through these five senses, what we see, what we hear, everything is matter. And with the satsanga, the people with whom we move, this helps. Have you ever seen, if you go to some Bhagavad class, if like-minded people who are all collected, then when you come out of the class, you feel so energetic. You get into a bus where there is arguments, fight, and all that. And you get on, when you come home, you also get irritated. You would have all of us experienced that, no? Because the prana gets depleted. When the prana is full, you will always be happy. Okay, leave it. Like that, we will go. So this comes with practice. Practice means 24/7. Every second, breath. What thought? Concentrate. Like that, if you practice, and with this, whatever Guruji has taught, whatever your masters have taught, if you follow this and listen to this holy verse also, that gradually you will understand. If you, after some few months, if you again go through these verses, it will give you a different dimension. It will reveal something more to you. That happens every time you read this Bhagavad Gita, as if it's new, because so much is there, so much energy they have put there. So that is about controlling the mind. So if you know how to do that, you can cross the cycle of birth and death, says Tirumula. 568. Erudal Puragam. Now he talks about the steps, various ways how to regulate the breath. Erudal Puragam. Inhalation is called Puragam. ஈரெட்டு வாமத்தால் ஆறுதல் கும்பகம். Retention is கும்பகம். 64 ஊறுதல். 32 ரேச்சகம். Rechakam is exhalation. மாறுதல் ஒன்றின் கண் மஞ்சகம் ஆமே. ஈரெட்டு. Tirumula talks about 16 seconds. 16 seconds breath, inhalation, 64 seconds retention, and 32 seconds exhalation. So Guruji always says that practice it slowly. Retention, you should not, whatever is comfortable only you have to practice. 4, 16, 8 to begin with, people say that is safe. For me, retention is very, very difficult for me. I told Guruji also, because of my age or BP, other things, which I developed. But when and the thoughts are minimum, this is my observation. Even this retention happens spontaneously, because the mind is still, like that. You want to take a deep breath. Automatically, the retention, the exhalation, inhalation, everything happens. So there is a direct association with breath and thoughts. So by regulating the breath, you can have a control over your mind, because the mind is our main problem. Because the mind doesn't stay in one place, it is always jumping and moving, we are not able to experience the present moment. In the present moment, in the present only, you can feel the presence. So when the mind is still, when you are present, there is no movement of time. You don't feel the time at all. Have you ever experienced? When you're totally absorbed in that, time flies. Oh, 1 hour. And then only you realize that. Total. You are 100% in that now. There is no, you don't feel the time at all. Then only sometimes when you feel why when we say that we are suffering, there is so much time and all that, because the mind, it is anxious, it thinks about the future, or it regrets the past. It is always moving here and there. That is why once uh, I met one yogi, and I told him there was a lot of I had a head injury from experience. I'll tell you. So I had lot of fears after that head injury. Lot of fears, and I was afraid to travel. I was afraid to go. All that. When I met him before, sir, said there is lot of fear. So much fear in me. I don't know what to do. He asked, "Is there fear now?" No. There is stillness. Did you feel? Now means in the now, there is no movement, no thoughts. Fear is a thought. When you are worried about your future, you read because of some past experience, whatever you heard and all that, when you associate it, there is a movement. When the movement comes, there is fear, there is anxiety. So, thought, focus on your thoughts. So, it is a great lesson. Gradually, if you ask me, have you overcome all the fears? No, it is there, but at least it is not making me, what to say, agitated or worked up. Some thoughts will pop up, but immediately I will just pray to him. Quiet, quiet, quiet. That's a technique. So uh, here and there from my experience, whatever I have learned. So ஏறுதல் பூரகம், four inhalation, 16 retention, and 8 exhalation. That's also good. You start slowly. Don't do anything forcefully. Don't try to control retention and all that. That will disturb the energy. Whatever is comfortable, that is fine. To start with, initially inhalation and exhalation, alternate breathing, anulom vilom. You may be familiar with those terms, so I'm not going into that. Inhalation and exhalation. Exhalation, I'm from this nostril here, like that. If you do, then there will be that purification will happen, and mind will be calm. It will be still. Then you can take up other steps which Tirumalur is prescribed. வழியினை வாங்கி, வழி means the air, வழியினை வாங்கி பயத்தில் அடக்கில். பயம் means பயப்படுறது. What to say, பயப்படுறது. You have control. You are able to that is it will be your slave. That breath will listen to you. பலியினை வாங்கி வயத்தில் அடக்கில் பளிங்கொத்துக்காயம் பழுக்கினும் பிஞ்சாம். தெளிய குருவின் திருவருள் பெற்றால் வழியினும் வேட்டு அழியனும் ஆமே. வேட்டு means desire. Ali means soft. So தெளிய குருவின் திருவருள் பெற்றால், if you have your guru's grace, வழியினை வாங்கி பயத்தில் அடக்கில். So if you can inhale the breath and you know how to control it, retain it, and about but that Purakam, Rechakam, Kumbhakam, and all that. If you follow the discipline, your body will shine like a crystal, marble. Palinga here is marble, but it will shine. And Kayam Pazhikkinum Pinjam. Even when you, in your physical age will be more, you will look like your body will be youthful. Your skin will be youthful. That is the uh, power of this. And not only that, when you have good physical health, health will definitely improve when you follow this. So, தெளிய குருவின் திருவருள் பெற்றால் வழியினும் வேட்டு அழியனும் ஆமே. If you have can inhale and retain air inside in the appropriate measures, body will shine like a marble. Whatever may be the age of the age, the body will be youthful. If you have the grace of Guru, the body will become light like feather. You won't even feel the weight. You may appear. Uh, have you heard of a yogi who is the Trilang Swami? If you, those of you who have read autobiography of a yogi, you would have read it. Trilang Swami, he such a huge body, but he will walk, he will float in Ganges, he will walk so swiftly, so fastly. Guruji has described how his master used to walk barefoot in the uh, uh, snow-clad mountains and all that. We have read it in his book, no biography. How? Because their bodies will be feather like a. You won't feel. They won't feel their weight on their feet.
Amma, even Guruji also walks very fast.
Yeah.
Very
Yes.
fast.
Yes. Yes. He's very very fast. That's why all. We were climbing that Vasishta Gufa when we went when he what Jayalakshmi? I'm not able to climb. They're struggling. He walked so fast. So such things he's demonstrating that. What he's telling, his every activity, he's not only teaching through his words, his action, his every moment that is teaching us. That is why he is verily the Shiva. He's there and he's demonstrating, he's telling us. But what to do? We are 1 second we are there when we listen to him, when we see him, when we read him, when we read about him, when we watch him and all that. Next time the main flop. Again and again it is the practice. So far that we want like-minded people. If we gather, if we discuss our how to progress and all that, our experience, whatever, without indulging in um, unwanted frills and all that, then you draw that energy, draw that strength. Yes, tomorrow I should do this. Every day we may fall, again get up, move, move, move. Yeah, we are all here to help each other. Satsangas, we should. That's the main purpose. Everybody is progressing in their own pace, according to their prarabdha, according to their karma, according to their effort. Everyone is progressing. So we can't underestimate anyone, everyone. So if when I'm okay, come. Oh, that is a those doesn't matter. Get up, like that. We help. If there's somebody is needing help, you help them. Together we can grow. Together helping each other, we grow. When you help someone, see this satsanga, I am gaining more. The most first beneficiary is me. Because you have made me go through this Tirumantiram. When I go through this, um, when I am explaining this, when I'm reading that, I am in that energy. I am in that. So first beneficiary is me. So whatever little I have gathered, I am trying to give it to you, share it with you. Time, you please tell me, if someone remember 7:50. Another
10 more.
10 more minutes. Okay. Why? Because I am in Seattle this time. That time I'm getting confused. Yesterday only I came from Dallas. That timing is different. That time zone is different. So a lot of confusion. Mm. So the body will become youthful and it will be light like feather. 570. எங்கே இருக்கினும் பூரி இட இடத்திலே எங்கே இருக்கினும் பூரி இடத்திலே எங்கே இருக்கினும் இடத்திலே பூரி. You can read it like that. Left nostril. அங்கே அது செய்ய ஆக்கைக்கு அழிவில்லை. அங்கே பிடித்து அது விட்டளவும் செல்ல சங்கே குறிக்க தலைவனும் ஆமே. எங்கே இருக்கினும், wherever you may be, that is one interpretation. You may be, if you master your breath, the body will not perish, it will not decay. அது செய்ய ஆக்கை கழிவில். ஆக்கை means the body will not perish. Another thing is, you may become அங்கே பிடித்து அது விட்டளவும் செல்ல. எங்கே இருக்கினும் means wherever you are, there is one interpretation. Another thing is, wherever you are, even if you do it with your left one nostril alone or left or right, whatever, and if you know how to master this breath, regulate this breath, if you know the sukshma of this breath, then the body will not decay. Body will not decay means what will happen? Body will, that is, you know that you are above the body. You are just operating this body. You are not the body. Then you will realize that you are something more. You are not the body. You are not the mind. You are the soul. Says all those things. That those verses, those aham brahmasmi, all those things, only when we experience that we will say. Otherwise it is only some intellectual understanding. But when you experience that, to experience that we are Brahman, we are that, you are God. All the masters say that, no, you are God, you are the walking temple, you are the deities. Sir always tells that you are the deities. So how nice it will be, if we realize that the divinity in us, and you see that when you realize that here, the beauty is when you realize that here, you see everything. Everyone is divine. Guruji talks in that bhava. Guruji talks in that awareness, in that realization. We are ready to realize that we are grouping in the darkness. We are trying to figure out. So if we realize that, what he say, அங்கே பிடித்து அது விட்டளவும் செல்ல. If you know this inhalation, exhalation, this retention, and if you could master it, சங்கே குறிக்க தலைவனுமாமே. There will be you will hear the sound of conch, sangu, that sound you will hear. And when the energy rises through the kundalini, zzz, like that and in the next verse it will come. That is that it blows zzz, like that. That's a coiled up energy will move. And when it moves, when it goes to Sahasrara, that blissful state you will all experience. 571. ஏற்றி இறக்கி இருகாலும் பூரிக்கும் காற்றை பிடிக்கும் கணக்கு அறிவார் இல்லை. You don't know the math of how to inhale, how to exhale, how to retain, all those things you don't know. காற்றை பிடிக்கும் கணக்கு அறிவாளர்க்கு கூற்றை உதைக்கும் குறி அது ஆமே. If you know this, if you know how to master your breath, you can kick the yama. Kutru means yama. Kutrai udaikum, you can kick. That is, you know that you are immortal. When you transcend this body, because we are totally identified with this body and mind. So when you know that you are there forever, you are imperishable, you are the divine, then there is no fear, no. That's what he explains in this 571. You can kick the Lord of Yama, 571. 572, male, keel. Male means upper, upper. Keel, down. Nadupakkam, middle. Mikkura Purit. Male keel, Nadupakkam Purit means the three nadis. Inhalation, exhalation. Then when there is balance, when the nadis are balanced, the energy surges. That is why we do this chakra dharana, that is visualization and all that. We do that, no? When the mind is calm and the energies are purified, and the nadis are purified, and the nadis are balanced, then the energy surges through the sushumna in the central canal. That is the sushumna. பாலாம் ரேச்சகத்தால் உட்பதிவித்து மாலாகி உந்தியுள் கும்பித்து வாங்கவே ஆலாலம் உண்டான் அருள் பெருளாமே. ஆலாலம் உண்டான், the Shiva who drank the poison. Álalam means poison. You will get the grace of Shiva who drank the poison. How? When you inhale the breath and move it along all the 7 adharas, Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipurakam, Hridaya. My mind goes silent. And Vishuddhi, Agnya, Sahasrara. Then when the energy surges up like that, when you go through when it is full, what you know, you will get the grace of Shiva. The Shiva who drank the poison. 72. Inhaling the breath and filling the body with that prana. Then you can get the grace of Shiva. 572. 573. Vamattal ஈரெட்டு மாத்திரை பூரித்தே. ஈரெட்டு means 16. Vamattal. Vamam means left. ஈரெட்டு மாத்திரை பூரித்தே ஏமுற்ற 32 விரைச்சித்தே. Again that calculation only says. காமுற்ற பிங்களை கண்ணாக இவ்விரண்டு ஓமத்தால் எட்டெட்டு கும்பிக்க உண்மையே. Inhaling the breath through the left for 16 seconds and retaining it in kumbhakam for 64 seconds and exhaling it for 32 seconds. Those who can control that. இவ்விரண்டு ஓமத்தால் எட்டெட்டு கும்பிக்க. எட்டெட்டு means 64. If you can do that, you will realize the truth. The truth of this whole existence will be revealed to us if we could practice that. Time over? Few more minutes? Yeah. We will stop with this.